Some birthday, Trump turns 77 under shadow of charges, with threat of more to come. Another indictment could be imminent in Georgia, but former president consolidates Republican poll lead despite legal woes. Donald Trump, the former U.S. president, spent his 77th birthday on Wednesday consolidating his lead in the Republican primary race for 2024 under the shadow of federal criminal charges, and bracing for further legal bombshells. In a court in Miami, Florida, on Tuesday, Trump pleaded not guilty to a 37-count indictment alleging that he unlawfully hoarded national security documents when he left office and lied to officials who sought to recover them. He could face a significant prison sentence if convicted. The ex-president sought to turn his historic court appearance into a political rallying cry and fundraising opportunity. But there were ominous signs that he may soon be back in court. The sheriff's office in Fulton County, Georgia, announced that it had sent officials to Miami and New York to gather intelligence on security operations ahead of another possible indictment of Trump, this time over allegations that he pressured Georgia election officials to overturn his narrow loss in the state's 2020 election. Trump was caught on tape telling Brad Raffensperger, the Georgia Secretary of State, "I just want to find 11,780 votes, to surpass Joe Biden's total." The district attorney in Fulton County, Fani Willis, has suggested that any charges would come in August. Trump is notorious for surviving scandals that would sink any conventional politician, but the cascade of legal perils poses his biggest test yet. In April, he pleaded not guilty to state charges in New York stemming from a hush money payment to an adult film star. The classified documents case, led by Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith, makes him the first former president to be charged with federal crimes. His hopes of dragging the case out hinge partly on the assigned judge, Aileen Cannon, who was appointed by Trump in 2020 and issued a ruling in his favor during the investigation last year that was reversed on appeal. Another Justice Department investigation, also led by Smith, into efforts by Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 presidential election continues in Washington. A federal grand jury has heard from witnesses including Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence. Trump also faces a civil trial in October in New York related to allegations that he and his company misled banks and tax authorities over the values of their assets. And on Tuesday, shortly after Trump appeared in court in Florida, a federal judge in New York ruled against him in a civil case for sexual abuse and defamation. The judge granted a request from journalist E. Jean Carroll, who won a $5 million award against Trump to update a similar lawsuit to include his more recent public comments about her. She is seeking more than $10 million against him in the amended lawsuit. The legal woes and growing threat of prison give Trump more incentive than ever to fight tooth and nail for the White House in a November 2024 election. As president, he could install sympathetic officials at the Justice Department and explore the controversial concept of a self-pardon.